Hey there, I'm Decoy Deloy, and this is Music News. Each week I tell you about music stories that you need to know about. As always, we're brought to you by Hello Merch, and this week we're shining light on Synthesizer, the brand new album from one of the most wildest bands I've ever seen on stage, A Place to Bury Strangers. For their seventh album, A Place to Bury Strangers decided to pull out all the stops. The 12-inch vinyl LP is packaged in a cover that can be assembled into a noise synthesizer. That's right. The vinyl is packaged in a circuit board cover. It's exactly what you'd expect from the band leader Oliver Ackermann, because when he's not rocking with the band, he's hard at work at Death by Audio, makers of some of the most gnarly effects pedals ever assembled. We caught up with him to learn more.
Yeah, I always thought that something like that would be cool, and I guess it was like kind of waiting on what would be the right moment to sort of bring, like Death by Audio and A Place to Bury Strangers kind of together. And I guess, it was just like the kind of perfect harmony of a lot of different things. Like we've been messing around with building a lot of these kind of like crazy noise synths for a while, so we're getting better and better at doing these things. We're always working on designing all this stuff over here, and then there's like no outlet for it sometimes. I know that sounds like, oh, poor us or something, I don't know. But it's like, some things are like not made for, whatever, normal people or something, and so it's kind of like, this idea is too fucked up, or this shit's too crazy, like we can't sell this to somebody, it's gonna blow up someone's amplifier or something. And so when it became this sort of thing where it's like we could do this for A Place to Bury Strangers, I don't give a shit. We're down. It's like whatever the craziest or the more fucked up, then the better. So it was just like the perfect moment to kind of debut something that's, a bit insane, a bit totally nuts. Like, I don't know, you think about things and you're like, what would make a concept even cooler? And we were like, all right, this would, just like, I feel like when there's those opportunities to kind of like do something that, makes sense, then you should do it. Don't say no.
So if you're anything like me, you're probably asking, what do I need to make sound with this thing?
I don't know. Good luck. Yeah, a lot of luck. A truck of luck. No. Yeah, you would probably, it'd be helpful if you knew someone who was handy with like assembling things or has built some kits or something, because there's definitely like a learning curve if you're just starting out with these things that, in this kit, it a little bit like assumes you kind of know some of that stuff. And, you could email us or something and we'll get back to you at some point and try to help you out. A lot of that stuff you can find out on your own. It's just like through a little bit of trial and error. If you are experienced at building things, then there's also like a lot of different elements to this kit. Like, even if it doesn't completely work, you still can be making awesome sounds with it. Like,
that's awesome.
So it's like, maybe you can't get the like drum triggers to work or something like that, but whatever, it's still gonna like squeal and make crazy noises and have a bunch of oscillators going at the same time and stuff.
So in an age when people are overcharging for vinyl, how did the synthesizer only come out to be $45? What did Oliver do to make it so affordable?
One of those things you learn from doing these things is like, if you're willing to buy a shit ton of them, then the prices go down of this stuff. That also made it possible too. It's like, because A Place to Bury Strangers is like a certain caliber of a band, we'll know we're going to sell X number of records or something. It's freaking expensive and it's been an insane nightmare to coordinate this whole thing. But, at least we know that there's like an outlet. Like, if, say, there was only going to be 500 copies, the price would have had to been like twice the price or something like that.
And we also asked Oliver about the video for Disgust.
some of this video footage I had shot, like I'd shot a bunch of flowers or something that they used from like some trip to the botanical garden or something, or maybe some cemeteries or some shit. But it was like there was some of that footage I had and that we were using in the television sets, and then some of the stuff was other things that they were like twisting and melting around. I mean, they're like these guys. It's like Ben from that band Bodega, which is really sick. You know, they're all come from like film and video world and stuff. And the other guy who did the video, Joe, he has like this cool like video art gallery or whatever space, kind of not too far from here. And they're always doing like crazy shows and weird kind of awesome video manipulation things, and even just sort of like supporting the whole you know, like independent video artist stuff. Like it's pretty interesting. Like the more we've been sort of reaching out and doing like videos and stuff with more people, you see that there's like a real correlation between these, like, you know, like even like independent horror movie directors and like all these like art directors. You know, a lot of times they're, you know, doing the same thing musicians are, scrambling together whatever money they can to make this stuff happen, and just kind of like you know, going on just the dream and the hope for some better art in the world.
On the road, fans tend to gift the bands with a lot of different things. We asked Oliver if any fans have ever given him guitar pedals.
So many people have all these pedals that they made, or like someone was like, oh, I had started this pedal company but it didn't go anywhere, but I did make this awesome pedal, and then they give you the pedal and it's amazing, and you know, all of this stuff. Or people are like, oh, you know, you made me want to build my own pedal, so I made a pedal for you, or something like that happens. Or, you know, we've gotten even like crazy equipment where it's like, oh, you know, this is a bunch of like obsolete Ukrainian effects pedals.
Oh yeah.
You know, here
That's
you're
what
in
I'm talking
Ukraine, you want this stuff, and we're like, hell yeah, of course we do. You know,
Yeah.
and so it's like, yeah, there's lots of that kind of like, that is the awesomest part. The only the kind of silly part about it, or maybe the bad side is, or how it doesn't fit in the way of the world should work, is I build electronics. People should be giving electronics to the people who can't build this stuff. I got so many pedals, you know, I got full of walls and, you know, attics and basements just full of effects pedals and all this crazy stuff. There's some poor kid out there who is like desperately saving up for that one overdrive pedal,
Oh, sure,
you know,
yeah,
and would probably, you know, freak with all the stuff. But yeah, but please keep on giving me the gifts. I love them so much. So yeah.
Yeah, but
Thanks,
that's
you
it,
guys.
man.
You
Yeah,
all
Oliver,
too.
thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Awesome.
Catch you
Always
later,
good
man.
talking to you guys.
You can pre-order your copy of Synthesizer now from Hello. It's out October 10th via Dead Strange. And I'll see you next week. Decoy out.
Oh.